friends. I'm Miss Lisa. Today, we are going to learn about Case Study 1.3, Reducing Municipal Strife Through Engagement. Have you heard about this case? What was that? No? Okay, well, let's learn about it together today. This case took place in a city in the Northwest United States. The city of about 250,000 people were having some problems. Uh-oh, nobody likes a problem. They had several years of conflict and legal battles between the city manager and the labor unions representing the employees. This was costing several $1 million each year. The city manager was having difficulty overseeing the city and addressing their mission due to lack of trust and communication between management and employees. This made everyone feel sad. Show me sad. Good job. Do you know what this city did to fix the problem? Do you know what this city did, what this city did, what this city did? Do you know what this city did to fix the problem? A consultant came in to help address these problems with the help of a grant received from the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service. This grant gave $165,000 over a 3-year period to help build trust and determine the needs of the bargaining units to reduce litigation expenses. The consultant used an initial assessment to create a committee comprised of members of each of the bargaining units and the city manager. A citywide employee attitude survey was given to collect data. They also held an off-site retreat and found a neutral workspace for the future to have discussions about workplace issues so that they could come up with solutions for the problems. Does that sound like a good idea? Yes, I agree. If you want to know what came of the work in the consultant and the committee, say yes. Yay! Well, they found they needed some sub-interventions in place over several years to address these concerns. These included a walk-around program so the city manager was seen more by the city employees. They needed top management meetings. This was conducted bi-weekly to update all departments. Then those departments would share the news with their departments and their employees. They also needed employee recognition awards. Everyone likes an award and to feel valued. They also needed citywide professional skills training program so that people would be more equipped for these jobs. They needed an employee assistance program. This offered counseling to employees and their families. They also got an informal dispute resolution process to avoid litigation so they could solve the problems before they would have to go to court. Another sub-intervention was a citizen resource guide. And the last sub-intervention was annual social events for these employees, like family picnics and Christmas parties and such. Give me a thumbs up if you think it worked. That's right. After the grant period was over, a formal evaluation found that litigation costs had been reduced by 70%. Over a decade later, several of these sub-interventions are still active in this city. Let's look at the lessons they learned by this case study. They learned that top-down communication is key in a complex system. They've got to start talking at the top and work their way down so that everyone knows what's going on. They need to involve opinion leaders in change effort, not just boss these people around. Let them be involved. They learned that standing alone in a complex system cannot be effective. Each of those departments couldn't just stand by themselves. They needed to work together. So they figured out they must determine common objectives and support the same goal. I mean, they are a city after all. They're together. They needed to make sure information flows. One person spreading the communication throughout all of these departments. And they also learned that they needed to build and keep personable relationships so that everyone's happy. Who doesn't like to be happy? I also learned so much from this case study, and I hope you did too. I bet you did. Let me show you what I learned personally. I learned that involving change agents in the process is very important. Making sure you and the change agents are working towards a common goal and a shared vision. I learned that communication is key when several parties or groups are involved. I learned that sometimes an intervention isn't good enough just by itself. You might need some sub-interventions within that intervention to make it successful. Did you learn something new today? Good. I'm so glad. I bet you learned information from this case study that will help you for your human performance improvement project. I know I did. I know I need to determine an issue, collect data, interpret that data so I can come up with an intervention, implement the intervention, and assess the intervention's success, all while making sure I keep an open line of communication with all parties involved. I had so much fun with you today. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends.